Welcome to this GED Math Booster video. The topic of today's video is a problem that requires us to find the difference with negative numbers. Let's take a look at our problem. What is the difference between profits in February and July based on the chart to the right? We can see from the title of our chart that we're talking about ice rink profits. Down the left-hand side of our chart, we have a scale that's giving us amounts of money. And down on the bottom, we have a scale that is giving us months of the year. And each of these bars in our chart indicates the amount of money that was either made or lost by the ice rink. Once again, our question is asking us to compare the profits in the month of February and July and find the difference. So let's get started. We want to find the February and July profits from the chart first. So let's look at February. We highlight the February bar. We focus on this and we look over at our scale, and it appears like the February profits were about $35,000. We don't need to be worried about being too precise here because there are only 4 answers available to us. And even if we guess a little bit wrong, we should be very close to the right answer. So now let's focus on July. We highlight the July bar, and we can see that that lines up with minus $20,000. Now, when we make negative money, we consider that to be a loss. So we have a profit and a loss. And the point of reviewing this problem is to show you how to handle this exact situation where we have a positive number and a negative number, and we're trying to find the difference. So the next thing we're going to do is to subtract the smaller number from the larger number. Our larger number is February. We're going to subtract the smaller number, which is July. February minus July. February was $35,000 from above. We subtract minus $20,000. This is the key point. When we subtract a negative number, what can we do with that? Hopefully you remember that we can turn that into addition. So 35,000 minus a negative 20,000 becomes 35,000 plus 20,000, and we get $55,000. We look up at our answers, and indeed that is answer D. The key takeaway from this video is to remember that when you are subtracting a negative number, it can be turned into addition. Before we wrap this video up, I just want to point out that another way to think about this is that when you have an above zero and a below zero situation like we have here, you can simply add the numbers without the signs. We would have gotten exactly the same answer if we simply said 35,000 up and 20,000 down means we should add those two numbers. 35,000 plus 20,000 is indeed 55,000. Okay, that wraps up this video. I hope you found it helpful.